When I first started writing this speech, I realized that there was a word I was using over and over again: connection. And when I thought of that, I thought of a quote I read once in a book called The Little Prince, and it goes like this: "It is only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye." To set the stage for our time here together, I want to take a journey with our hearts into this word connection. So imagine that you are walking through a tall grassy prairie. The late summer sun is filling your body. You taste the berries as you're walking, and you feel, for a moment, peace and belonging, like you're part of something greater. And this is connection. I've seen few things as beautiful as a child connecting to the natural world in this way. You can support the Children in Nature Network, connect more children to nature, by sharing with them your time. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what you can do. For more than 7 years, I have wandered on both sides of connection. I lived in complete isolation from the natural world, and then, by participating in programs that the Children in Nature Network support, my life was changed. Today, I'm going to share with you what happens to children when they're disconnected from nature. Then who are the Children in Nature Network? What exactly did they do? And of course, most importantly, what can you do to join in and make a difference? We just tasted connection. What happens when you disconnect kids from nature? First thing, their health suffers. The American Heart Association reported in 2015, 1 in 3 children in America are overweight, and this leads to conditions such as high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, heart disease. This is in the children of today. Healthline magazine reported in 2014, we've seen a 42% increase in the number of children with attention deficit disorders, and as you may know, this leads to a lot of behavior problems both inside and outside of the classroom. I wanted to delve deeper into this issue. What exactly means with children and nature? So I asked my second grade teacher, Ms. Dorothy Levanti at Carrie Busey Elementary School. She's been teaching for more than 40 years, and this is what she told me about kids and nature. She told me when she first started teaching, kids and nature, that was synonymous. Kids were always outside. They had recess. They would look forward to the field trips to the nearby meadows and streams and parks and prairies. And she told me that now, this is ridiculous, they don't have recess anymore. Imagine yourself sitting in elementary school 8 hours a day, not getting outside. She told me she and a group of like-minded teachers have to sneak kids out just to get a few minutes of fresh air. To delve deeper into this and illustrate this further, I want to share with you a story. There was a man named Richard Liu who cared very deeply about this issue of connection and children. So he went and interviewed children and asked them, "What place does nature hold in your heart?" And he documented it in his book, The Last Child in the Woods. Here's what a young poet said, a girl of around 8 years old. "I had a place. There was a big waterfall there, and I'd take a tent back there and just lie down and look up at the trees and the sky. It felt like my place. I could do what I wanted, and I felt truly free." Lou said that next the young poet's voice thickened and her face flushed. "And then they cut the woods down," she said, "and it felt like they cut down a part of me." Lou cared so deeply about this issue. He noticed that children were losing part of themselves when they were not connected to nature, not raised in that way, that he decided to join with a group of like-minded teachers and start the Children in Nature Network. They have a vision of a world in which children learn and grow and play with nature in their everyday lives. They've collected more than 3.5 million children. They've joined together to connect to nature all around the world, in more than 48 states and 12 nations. From a small family in San Diego that partnered with the Children in Nature Network to start a club that has thousands of members every single week meeting, to a small school in Cincinnati that started the Leave No Child Inside program, now a nationally acclaimed nature benefit program. So what exactly is it that the Children in Nature Network do? Simple. They encourage people like you and I to take part and implement nature programs into our everyday lives. It's time for me to tell you what you can do. It's very simple. There are 3 things that I want you to remember. Remember, you can raise awareness, you can share your time, and finally, you can connect to nature yourself. Perhaps that's the most important one. How do you raise awareness? Go to the Children in Nature Network's website. Educate yourself. They have a plethora of resources, books and articles and interviews and case studies. Educate yourself, spread the word. Next, go to the Anita Purvis Nature Center here in town. They have dozens of programs where you can volunteer to support children on their journey connecting to nature. And finally, of course, most important thing you can do. And this will be probably the highest quality free outdoor recreation you can do. Go outside and connect to nature yourself. Spend 5 minutes in the morning watching the sunrise. Spend 10 minutes in the evening sitting by a loved one, watching the sunset. Take a walk, take your children. What can you do? What are you doing? You're changing the world, beginning with yourself. What a beautiful world it is that we live in. There are so many challenges, yes. So much darkness, yes. Yet also, so much hope and so much light. It's been my honor to be able to be here and stand before you, to share with you a small moment of time and turn it into such a tremendous moment. We looked at connection and what happens when you pull the plug. We looked at an organization, the Children in Nature Network, what you can do to support them. And we looked at exactly what it is you can do. You can raise your awareness, go to their website, volunteer, the Nita Purvis Nature Center, and of course, connect to nature yourself. Give yourself vitality. Give yourself this gift. And by doing this, you are forming bridges of connection with the whole world. I want to return really quickly to the quote we heard at the beginning of this book, of this speech. What we said, what is only with the heart that we can see rightly, what is essential is invisible to the eye. I want to add this, by the Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu. If we look at the world with our hearts, and what is essential is invisible to the eye, if we need a name to describe our world, let that name be wonder. And from wonder into wonder, existence opens. Thank you so very much.